This man is drunk. Wait, am I drunk? I'm nobody. Yes, you do have a problem. God's got this. No, I got this. You're stupid. You're dumb. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. I'm a leader. I am Marcus J. Scott. I'm Marcus J. Scott, author of The Drunken Preacher, here to encourage critical thinking, social awareness, advocate growth, resilience, provide hope, and help you find faith. It's Monday. Yeah, we back at it again. But listen, this is a real one, y'all. This is a real one. Welcome to another episode of The Drunken Preacher. I'm Marcus J, and this is a real one. This is a real one. You know why? Because even right now, as I'm speaking, I'm tired. Yeah. As I'm speaking right now, this Monday morning, I'm tired. I'm super tired. I'm super tired emotionally, physically, mentally. And between last night and this morning, I was like, man, I'm done. Like, stick a fork in me. I'm done. Let's push back on all this stuff. Some of it was, I've been doing my regular work. I've been pushing to get ahead, pushing to get to that next level, and then helping my dad as he runs for office. I'm tired. Have you ever been there where you're just tired? You want to quit. You want to give up. And as I'm getting up this morning, I'm getting up at my normal time, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it hits me like I didn't do any recordings this week for the podcast. I didn't interview anybody. My focus was somewhere else. And I almost didn't even do it this morning because I was like, man, I'm tired. It's a lot. And as I begin to pray and get into my devotion, God said, you can't quit. First of all, I called you, but then you accepted the call and said that you want to be used. Have you been to a space where you found out what your purpose is? And we talked about purpose. We talked about not just working, but doing your calling, doing your purpose. We talked about that either last episode or 2 episodes ago. And so he said, no, you said I could use you. You said that you were ready to be used as a vessel. You said you were ready to do your calling. You were ready to do your purpose. You can't quit now. You can't quit now. You have to rest in me. This is a guy talking to me this morning. You have to rest in me. You have to focus on me. And I'm literally going back. I said, but I'm tired. I'm tired. Have you ever been there where you just tired? You're tired of hearing people talk. You're tired of hearing the negative stuff. You're tired of everything that's going on in the world. You're tired of trying to get to that next level. You're tired of trying to fight people. Tired of trying to fight yourself sometimes. I think about the book of, I can't think of which scripture it is right now, but Paul says, every time I want to do good, every time I want to do good, evil is always around. And the good that I would do, I find myself not doing. And the evil or the bad that I don't want to do, I find myself doing. I struggle with sometimes even myself, sometimes not even anybody else. Sometimes I'm struggling with myself wanting to do what's right, struggling to want to do. And I know you might be looking at me like, how are you struggling to do what's right? How about when the person gets on your nerves? How about when somebody is constantly irritating you and you still have to love that person anyway? See, we always think about, the good versus bad as, drugs and not doing drugs or being violent against another person or not. How about just lying to yourself? You spend money. You're not financially where you should be because you keep spending money. You don't have a budget. You're not spending and managing the stuff that God has given you. You out of control. Every time you go to the store, you see something on clearance, you just have to buy it. The good that I would do, I find myself not doing. You're not managing your finances correct. That's why you can't get ahead. You're not managing your finances correct, and that's why you're in debt. You're like, I need more money. No. My mentor and one of my pastors, Pastor Thomas, he says this. He said, no, you don't have an income problem. You got a spending problem. You don't have an income problem. You got a spending problem. And spending beyond your means, not living within your means, not having a budget, that's not good. That's bad. The good that I would do. See, we always think it's drugs or it's alcohol or it's beating on somebody or it's, some of you don't know how to hold your tongue. Somebody gets on your nerves and you ready to cuss them out. I'm going to just let that sit there for a minute. Somebody, doesn't do you the way you think you ought to be done. And it might be bad. It might be the way they said something to you. But God wants you to hold your tongue, show him some grace and mercy, and you don't give him no grace. You don't give him no mercy. You're not talking to him right now. You're not talking to him right now because of something they said, and God has told you to forgive them, and you haven't gone back and forgiven them yet. I'm just let that sit right there because we think it's always the total bad. Are you just tired? Are you just tired of trying to always do good? Are you tired of trying to always do it the way God says do it? Are you tired of always trying to do things the right way? You trying to figure out how you can make more money on the back end. Loopholes. Scheming. What is it that you're tired of? What is it that gets you that exhaustion? What is it that you get to that place and you say, man, I don't know. I mean, if we talk about our society, I don't even hardly watch TV no more. Now, part of me not watching TV is because I'm trying to do the things that God has told me to do so that I can go to that next level. But then part of it is I'm hearing the same stuff over and over again, watching the news, watching, what's going on in the world. I just get tired sometimes. I just get tired. But God says you have to lean into me. You have to rest in me. I'm the vine, ye are the branches. This stuff, oh man, I tell you, this stuff just comes out because I have been lately just focusing on God. God, you got to help me. And that's how I talk to God. Some people, feel like, now this is just me, but some people feel like you always have to, go through the formal way of praying. But my way of praying sometimes is just talking to God, just like I'm talking to you right now. God, you're going to have to help me with this one. This one is a struggle. The good that I want to do, the good that I want to do, I find myself not doing. And the bad or the evil that I don't want to do, I find myself doing. I'm working on leaning more into God and saying, and so you might be saying, well, Marcus, what do you do when you're tired? When you feel like you can't go anymore? I have to rest in God. In fact, this morning I told you I didn't even want to do the podcast this morning. And God said, nope, because somebody going to need to hear this. So I need you to get on and talk about how you struggle with moving forward sometimes, how you struggle with wanting to give up sometimes, how you struggle with wanting to quit sometimes, how you struggle with, it might look good, but there are some days I don't want to move. There are some days when I just want to throw it all to the wayside. Listen, if I lived my bare means minimum, I would be good. I don't need stuff. And I'm realizing that as God is taking me through a transition period, I don't need stuff. My basic bills can be paid. The stuff that I'm doing, the things that I'm striving for, I'm not even doing it so I can be a millionaire and have a bunch of stuff. I'm not doing it so I can drive the nicest cars. I'm not doing it so I can have the biggest house. I'm doing it because I want God to use me to bless others and for my children's children. And to be honest, ultimately, since I've been spending the time with God that I know I need to, I'm ultimately doing it because I was called to do it. I'm doing it because I was called for a purpose, to help change lives. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's what God put me on this earth for, to help change lives, period. And I do that through preaching, teaching, and speaking. Now, I tease this all the time. I tell y'all, I know I got PTSD, preaching, teaching, speaking disorder. Yep, preaching, teaching, speaking disorder, PTSD, because I didn't want to do none of those. My dad and grandparents, they were preachers. My mom, my grandmothers, they were teachers. And so all they did was preach, teach, and speak. And I was, honestly, because I grew up in it as a PK, I'm like, preachers don't get paid enough to deal with the stuff I don't want to do that. Not only that, but I don't want to be in charge of people's souls. Like, I don't want to be in charge of, trying to help people get somewhere. Sometimes they don't even want to go. You ever been there? You trying to help somebody go somewhere and they need the help, but they don't even want to go. And so you fighting to try to help people who sometimes don't want to be helped. How about that one? That's tiring in and of itself, right? And then I feel just in general, teachers don't get paid a lot. I'm definitely not doing that. And sometimes dealing with let's just say some challenging kids with some personality challenges, with some character challenges, with some they might not have a really great situation at home, and so they come to school and they're acting out, or there's some challenges because they're having challenges at home. And then you have to show the love of God. You have to show them good. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes you like, oh, nah, I'm done with this. Like, I don't even want to get up and go to work today as a teacher. So I had the preaching, teaching, speaking disorder. And to be honest, I still sometimes have it because I'm like, man, God, this is what I got to do. Yep, this is what you got to do. This is your purpose, to help change people's lives. And then as I go further, I'm learning I'm supposed to help change people's lives in a financial sense, in a business sense. How do you operate in life in business? How do you operate in life financially? How do you become financially stable? How do you build generational wealth? What is generational wealth? And so I've been here I've been put here to change people's lives. That's what I've been put here for, to change people's lives. And so every day that I get up, I have to focus on how can I get better at changing people's lives, no matter how tired I get. And so I got to stay focused. So I want to encourage somebody today. I want to help somebody today. How do you stay focused? How do you stay encouraged when you feel tired? Those days that who are you talking to? Who should you be talking to? Do you go to God? Do you go to God and say, hey, God, I'm tired? And just talk to him. I'm tired, but I need you to help me. I need your strength. In my weakness, I'm made strong because of your strength. And so we got to get to a space where we are truly leaning on God. And then there's times when God puts us in certain circles around certain people. And sometimes, and I say this often, sometimes we're in the wrong circles. Sometimes we're in circles where they're pulling on us so much that they're draining us. They are draining you. Remember, I talked about a few weeks ago about, maybe it was last week, on my morning motivations where we sometimes have to plug in. We have to stay connected. We have to stay plugged in just like the phone charger and get charged up. But some of y'all, you staying plugged in, but your cord is bad. The cord has a bad connection and it's draining the battery. That's what some of your friends and the people you hang around, they're draining your battery. There's a shortage. You got a friend shortage. Some of y'all may even have a family shortage. There's a short in the cord and they're just draining the battery. They're just draining you. And you got to learn how to try to get from around that, get from up under that. How about get a new cord? Get a new circle of friends. And if you can't get rid of the cord, just change it out. Take it to the shop. I mean, you got to change the environment, change your friends, change who you hang around all the time. Maybe not give it as much energy because it's draining you. And so we have to go to God. We have to ask God to give us strength. And then we got to be around the right people. We cannot always be around people who are doing nothing but draining us. They're just draining your battery. And so here, as we come to the end of 2025, we want to, listen, I heard this yesterday. My dad said this. Oh, man, it was so good. He said, daily devotion is better than yearly resolution. Let me say that again. Daily devotion is better than yearly resolution. Some of us are waiting to the new year to say, oh, my New Year's resolution, my New Year's resolution. Oh, when 2026 get here, I'm going to start over my New Year's resolution. No, you need a daily devotion. You need a daily time with God that you say, God, I need help. God, I need direction. I need your wisdom. I need your power. I need your understanding. I need your strength. Stop waiting to the new year. We in September. Stop waiting to the new year for the New Year's resolution. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to exercise more. You see, I got on my Let's Grow shirt. I'm headed to the gym. It's primarily because it's raining outside because I've been still on my walk. But I'm getting ready to go to the gym, do what I need to do while I'm tired, right? Didn't feel like it, but got up this morning. I'm doing my podcast now, and I'm headed out to the gym. And that's all before 6 o'clock because I got to be somewhere by 6:30. You got to change your environment. You got to get connected with the source being God. Let's not wait to the beginning of the year to make the changes. Let's stop doing the New Year's resolution and let's do a daily devotion. Let's stop doing New Year's resolution and start doing daily devotion. Let's spend time with God in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Let's just start off with 5 minutes. Some of you, it's hard to sit for 30 minutes, an hour, and pray and read your word. Some of you, it's hard to just sit in meditation for a minute and just listen. Breathing exercise. So let's just start with 5 minutes. Let's just start with 5 minutes today. Let's start with 5 minutes today and do a daily devotion, a daily talk with God, a daily devotion, and stop this yearly resolution. We're going to get out of always being tired. We're going to get out of always being tired and lean and rest in God. He'll give us the strength. He'll give us the strength to keep moving forward, do what we need to do, be where we need to be, even in our most tired moments. We can continue to move forward. Let's ask God for his help, his strength, and for him to help carry us where we need to be. All right? That's my time for this podcast. I really appreciate you guys. Hey, don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. Send this to a friend. There's a friend that you know that is tired. There's a friend that you know that is struggling. There's a friend that you know they're just ready to give up. They're ready to stop. But there's some people, there's some millionaires and billionaires that some days they want to give up. They want to give up. And believe it or not, they are doing some of these principles that we talk about. Some of them, even if they don't believe in God, they're spending time in meditation and spending quiet time. And they're definitely being in some right circles. And they're definitely not always being around people who are constantly draining them. But for us, I encourage you to lean on God, to spend some time with God, ask him for strength, and then get in some right circles. Get around some people who would encourage you and who would even pray for you and lift you up and not always drain you. All right? So remember to share, subscribe, and like Marcus J. Scott 4040. Marcus J. Scott 44. Share it with a friend. Share it with a family member, a relative, someone who you think, okay, and maybe they don't want to quit. Maybe they're just being drained. Maybe they just need some encouragement that we all get tired sometimes. We all get frustrated sometimes. We all need help refocusing. We all need help refocusing. Maybe I need to talk about that. Let's refocus. Sometimes you have to refocus the lens when it gets out of focus. Just refocus the lens. Sometimes that's all it takes, just to refocus, all right? All right, so you know how we always end the show? Always have a heart of gratitude and the strength to keep moving forward. God bless you. Drunken Preacher. The Drunken Preacher. The Drunken Preacher. The Drunken Preacher.